Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. This is the big news that we are tracking at the moment. Infosys founder chairman's wife Sudha Murthy has been nominated to Rajya Sabha. Sudha Murthy is also a writer and a teacher and had in fact has been on several occasions, have also written books on various aspects of cultural life. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. This is the big news that we are tracking at the moment. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. Sudha Murthy is known for her writings as well as she's been a teacher as well. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. The statement, in fact, the president said that it is a testament to Nari Shakti. This is the big news that we are tracking at the moment. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. Prime Minister Modi has congratulated Sudha Murthy on the nominations. This is the big news tracking at the moment. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. Sudha Murthy has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. The president has in fact said that it's a testament of Nari Shakti, and Sudha Murthy, who is also known as an author, she has also been known for promoting several of the cultural values as well. We have in fact Sudha Sadanand, who is in fact joining us from the newsroom. Sudha, congratulatory messages pouring in for Sudha Murthy. She has in fact been spoken by the Infosys chairman and founder, one of the backbones for him in fact achieving success, and of course a well-known writer as well. Testament to Nari Shakti is what the president says. It's in fact a big surprise as well that Sudha Murthy has been in fact moved to this political sphere as well.
Well, I don't think it's a surprise at all, because Sudha Murthy is somebody who actually ticks all the boxes, if I may, and it's such lovely news, Varghese, on Women's Day. You know, she started by writing, and if you may recall, in an interview with Shashi Tharoor, she said, "I do not know big words. I want to write so that my stories can travel to children, my stories can travel to women, to ordinary women like me." Sudha Kulkarni was her maiden name, and she later married Narayana Murthy, and we know that it's now legendary that she was the one who actually sold some of her jewelry when Narayana Murthy was setting up Infosys. She's a qualified engineer, somebody who worked in Pune at that time. She met Narayana Murthy through a friend, and then of course the rest is history. Also, Sudha Murthy is somebody who embodies what we call Indian, or rather the subcontinent's value. Unlike in the West, where we have to scream about, women's, accomplishments. Today, even the Prime Minister, while he was talking to social media influencers, said that go to the hilly areas, go to the tribal areas, you will see how much work can a woman put in. Sudha Murthy embodies that. Educated, empowered, family woman, someone who worked in the company but kept at a distance. Also, her simplicity, her middle class values. I think who better than Sudha Murthy, to be nominated to the Rajya Sabha and on Women's Day, Varghese?
Well, you in fact spoke about her writing, and I do agree with that it is about an everyday kind of a scenario that she creates, where she actually speaks about how the common man actually interacts with each other. And some of those, those writings in fact speak about the interactions of family members in a middle class setup. It in fact throws lights on how the Indian community in fact works in certain scenarios as well. And interestingly enough, those writings have in fact shown some of those aspects of Indian family life as well. So Sudha Murthy, of course, an accomplished author, at the same time a person who has had a good understanding of what it should be on how things have to be. I'm just taking a small detour over here. I'm just going to give out what the Prime Minister has in fact said. He said, "I'm delighted that President of India has nominated Sudha Murthy ji to the Rajya Sabha." This is what the Prime Minister has in fact tweeted out. Sudha ji's contributions to diverse fields including social work, philanthropy and education has been immense and inspiring. Her presence in the Rajya Sabha is powerful testament to our Nari Shakti. Wishing her a fruitful parliamentary tenure. Well, we always have seen her on one part as part of the literary world, but there is a part of her that is of the social work that she's been doing. And 2006, she was in fact given one of the Padma Awards for it. Sudha, more on that.
Well, the thing is that when she helps out women, even in Infosys is known for very, very strong values so far as CSR is concerned, and she works very closely with the women. She works very closely with children, and apart from everything else, like I said, Varghese, what makes her a perfect candidate is she represents what India is known for, and that is the strength of the middle class. You remember, Varghese, when she spoke about cattle class, and she said that just because I wear ordinary clothes, at the airport they said you cannot stand in the business line queue at all, you are not J class. She said I am. Then also she speaks about how the immigration officer looked at her address when she landed at Heathrow and said, 10 Downing Street, is that where you're going to live? She said, yeah. But how come? She said, no, my son-in-law. Oh, your son-in-law is the Prime Minister of our country. She said, yes, of course, but he's my son-in-law first, and then the Prime Minister of your country. So here I am. She also spoke about how she carries her own food. Basically, she carries India wherever she goes, and that is what embodies the spirit of crores of women in this country. When we speak about women's reservation bill and there was opposition, they said that it is all going to be about someone's wife, it's going to be someone's daughter-in-law, someone's daughter, everyone, because they have influence of the men. Sudha Murthy doesn't need any influence. She's the one who made Narayan Murthy. She's the one who made Infosys. Today, Infosys owes her because she was the one who told Narayana Murthy, that Murthy, that's how she calls him to this day, said, Murthy, go ahead, fulfill your dreams. I will sell my jewelry and later you can buy me more. She also speaks about how she's not the quintessential woman. She says, I do not really enjoy cooking that much, but I make simple food. Murthy eats it, but if you want fancy food, go to a restaurant. So look at, there is a beautiful dichotomy in this woman who embodies freedom as it should be about choices, and she's also an achiever. So Varghese, like I said, who better than Sudha Murthy on this day, on Women's Day, to be nominated to the Rajya Sabha? Varghese.